All right, now moving on to our next segment of the show, guys. We're gonna move on to the vetoes where we have the captains Charisma and Keeks from Annandale Aviators and Harrisburg Armada gonna do the vetoes with us, and we're gonna talk about the picks that they have for hardpoint S&D controls. So, Rizzy, moving on. Looks like Keeks was able to secure a better seed than Charisma's team on the Aviators this league. So, we will have the first pick for Keeks going into this first hard point. Um, and with that said, he's gonna go ahead and veto the first map. So Keeks, what would you like to veto for your first hard point?
Get Moscow out of here. So bad.
Bro, I'm heated. I'm
uh,
heated.
and Rizzy, I gotta before we even go into the pick, I actually think this might have been Charisma's better maps as well because they absolutely decimated Frederick Colonials on that
Yeah,
first hard point on Moscow. So I think Keeks has done his homework, looks like, but it looks like he is gonna um veto out Moscow. Charisma, you have another veto left for hard point. Go ahead.
Alrighty, we're gonna get APOC out of here.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So Keeks, now you have Moscow and APOC out of this hard point. What would you like to pick for your first hard point?
I'm feeling solid. I'm feeling good. We're gonna go with checkmate.
Ooh, okay.
ooh.
Checkmate, hard point as your first map. I like that pick. Honestly, that's a good pick for him.
Now charisma. What do you think, map four? What's your pick?
Um, I think we're gonna go Garrison.
Cool.
Okay,
Okay, so
okay.
we have Checkmate Hardpoint and Garrison Hardpoint as our first and fourth map, Blurzy. Let's move on to S&D now. Charisma, you will have the first pick to pick your S&D. So go ahead and veto your first S&D.
We're gonna get Express out of here.
Express out of here. Keeks, go ahead and veto.
We're gonna get rid of Moscow search.
Awesome, man. This man does not like Moscow, does he? It doesn't
No,
look like it.
Moscow's so bad. It's a terrible map.
So it looks like Keeks is gonna get rid of Moscow. Charisma has gotten rid of Express. So Charisma, go ahead and pick your second S&D map.
Um, what am I gonna pick as a second SND map?
You have options between Raid, you have Standoff, and that's about it, right?
Miami.
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 Oh God, Miami. Oh Lord. Um, actually, you know what? I think we're gonna pick Miami.
Mm.
Mm.
I like that. I like that pick. Awesome. We get to see Miami search and destroy in the semifinals. That's gonna be a good one. All right, Keeks. So now you get to pick your map 5 S&D. First of all, Keeks, we're gonna get into this, but do you think it's going map 5?
No, no, it's not. I'm confident. I'm confident. It's not.
All right, Keeks, go ahead and give us your map 5 pick if it does get to that point.
Standoff.
Standoff S&D as your map 5. And
Likely.
now we're going to go back to you, Keeks. Go ahead and veto a control map.
I'm thinking we get rid of garrison control.
Cool. Charisma, go ahead and veto another control map.
Um, let's get rid of Garrison.
What?
Wait, no,
Oh,
Keeks actually got rid of Garrison as
Oh,
well.
checkmate.
Checkmate. All right, go ahead,
Let's
Keeks.
go.
Pick your
Pick your
control.
pick your control geeks. Your
Why is it
your
only
wide variety
Mm,
control maps you can pick now. Map three goes to raid because it's the
yeah,
one control map left.
Wait,
Uh,
really? There's only
yeah.
3? Oh
yeah.
shit, I didn't even know that. They probably should have added standoff control, man. So listen, Rizzy, what are the maps? Let's talk about it.
We got Keeks map one. He picked checkmate. We going checkmate into Miami, into raid, into garrison, to standoff. And my surprise, honestly, I thought Chris was gonna pick raid.
Uh, so sorry, we got checkmate Miami, then raid control, then we're
Yeah,
going to
garrison hardpoint,
Gary
and then standoff S and D according to
and
Keeks
off
if it goes
S
to map
and
five.
D. All right, so Rizzy, let's go and talk about these two hardpoint maps. For your map 1, your checkmate. I think we talked a little bit about this in the team breakdown and how important map 1 is for Harrisburg Armada, right? They need to
Yeah,
come out hot and win that map 1, because Annandale Aviators is a very strong hardpoint team as we saw them against Frederick
yeah.
Colonials. So tell us, who do you think is gonna shine on this Annandale Aviators team and also this Harrisburg Armada team on that first checkmate?
I mean, I don't want to sound like a fanboy. I know I keep on sounding like a fanboy even before this segment, but I think Charisma is gonna pop off on that checkmate hardpoint, and I think he's also gonna pop off on that raid control.
Mm.
And you heard it here first. You're gonna see Charisma put up crazy numbers for his team. I'm hyping him up a bit, so he has to go up to these expectations, Charisma. So you better play good.
Do my
So,
best, man.
Rizzy, I gotta say this, right? I mean, Checkmate is one of those maps that could be more air dominant than sub dominant, right? And Charisma being that sub player, I mean, obviously he has the gun skills and the talent, but I'm really relying on his ARs to really help him out and assist him getting onto those hills and slaying
Yeah,
out in those close range gunfights. But as for Keeks, we know how comfortable he is on these long range engagement gunfights, right? He is that player that's gonna make sure he gets on those head gets on those power positions, and just shooting down lasers onto those long range engagements. Keeks does that best, and so does Patrick. So you have Patrick and Keeks that are gonna be your two dominant ARs that have a very comfortable first map, right? This is really gonna come out to the subs, right? Come down to the subs. You have Charisma and I believe Aspect, who are
aspect.
your
Yep.
two subs that are going to be going against P Dude and Dramo. This is going to be a battle of these subs who can really slay out in those close range engagements and take care of those hill times, right?
Yeah.
That's going to matter a lot. And like I said, this map one, Armada needs to win it if they have any chance of winning the series, because that's going to be the biggest momentum boost that they can have going into these set of maps. Let's talk about the Miami S&D, Rezzy. This is a very
Miami S and
interesting
D,
choice, right?
interesting map.
Um,
I haven't seen much of Miami S and D from the Aviators, but I have seen Keeks and Pat play Miami S and D, and man, they know how to play Miami S and D. It is one of those picks where it's like, who wants to play on Miami S and D? I feel like no one really likes
right,
Miami S and D, but those teams that are good at Miami S and D are good at Miami S and D, and especially if you're playing against a team who doesn't play Miami S and D a lot. Because I know people skip Miami S&D when they're doing just S&D, just like Ace or just having fun. Like they just don't want to do Miami. Even sometimes people skip Express.
yeah,
And so, my opinion, I do think Aviators is gonna my map, my whole map predictions is Aviators gonna win this 3-1. I don't think it's gonna go to a game five. I think Aviators got this 3-1, and I think the one loss they're gonna have is on Miami.
right. And talking about Miami S&D as well, I want to definitely get Keeks' thoughts. Keeks, you have a Armada squad that are full of talented S&D players, and I cannot say this enough, but you guys have a total of 11 plus golds across game battles and CMG as a combined team on S&D. For the season in Cold War. So you have the talent. Like how do you see yourself coming out on these S&Ds?
Usually on S&D, we just take it slow. Either we play for a pick or we strategize going to a bomb site. As a whole or whatnot. But I think that's like the strat. You want to just play slow, play patient on Miami because there's so many open spots. You can just get shot right in the back, or you can get shot while you're crossing through the map or whatnot.
Right. And I
Yeah,
do agree with him. I feel like ARs are going to be a very, viable choice here on Miami, right? If we're talking about the mid lane and even the alley lane, I mean, you have so many long range engagements that are possible in Miami S&D. So, if likely of not, man, I got to talk about that man on Annandale Aviators. He had a showing on that first series against Frederick Colonials. He went off in S&D. He went off in hardpoint. This man was just on something that day, and he was playing so well. So, as likely of a talented AR that he is, I mean, he could definitely cause some problems to this Armada squad if he plays the way he was playing. Charisma, I gotta get your thoughts on this S&D, man.
yeah.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't favor you guys on the S&Ds, but how have you guys been, practicing your S&Ds, and how confident are you guys going against an Armada squad that is so talented when it comes to S&D?
Well, I mean, so the whole like idea behind the pick of check, or well, obviously he picked checkmate, which like um is a obviously as you guys said a dominant AR map, and same with Miami. But as a sub, I feel like I know how to play those two maps really well, even if it's a long range map. I still feel like I know how to play like lanes really well. I know what to do. I know how to do my role, I guess. And me and Aspect, as another sub player, just work off each other really well. We pick up trades almost like every single time. Um, we never get pieced, none like that. So I mean, like those close angles, they're going to be covered, and I'm very confident in Nape and Glitch's ability to hold down the long angles. I mean, like they're the best ARs in the league, no doubt about it. Sorry, Keek, sorry to tell you, buddy, but Glitch is going to have your number tonight, all right, brother? Well, not tonight, but like when we play.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it definitely, like Glitch, he didn't play the best. I'll be honest, he was honest. But he also like they weren't warming up at all. They weren't really playing. So going into this, we're definitely going to try to get some more practice in. But like when we first teamed as a or team formed, um, and like we played Miami in a scrim, we were pretty good. So we're like, if we can get good at Miami, usually teams like Vito Express or Standoff because they're like newer, I guess you could say. So it's like they don't really want to play them, and Miami's just kind of left there sitting. So it's like if we get good at Miami and can play against Miami, like we're gonna destroy teams, and that's usually how it goes. So
I love to hear that out of you, Charisma. I love the confidence going into that second map. I mean, happy for you guys for sure. So let's move on to that raid control, Rizzy. Like I said, I keep bringing this up, Rizzy, but no teams rim control, and you know that as well, right? I mean,
Yeah.
control is just one of
Yeah.
those game modes that you just play. If it comes
Yeah.
out, you just play it, right? As your third map. What team do you think has the advantage going into this control?
Well, that team I think goes has the advantage. Again, Aviators, man. You got sorry, I got the notes right here. You got Aspect and Charisma as the subs, man. I'm telling you right now, Charisma is gonna be a force to be reckoned with. I'll say it again, man. Armada, man, you got to worry about charisma. I'm not trying to say too much because I don't know how much information you guys got on each other. I'm not trying to like leak information to each other. All I gotta say is, man, you gotta worry about charisma. You gotta know where he's at. You gotta once you kill charisma, that's the call you need to make. Like, yeah, charisma's down, aspects down. For raid, it's gonna come between the battle of the subs, and that's what I personally think.
Absolutely.
And like you said about like checkmate, I've seen charisma play checkmate. I've seen charisma knows how to play someone checkmate. But then again, it still comes down to the battle of ARs. But when it comes down to a battle of subs, this is where I think charisma takes the crown.
Wow, I like to hear that. And again, raid again. I've been seeing all three of these maps so far, and I have to point this out again: is that it is an AR map as well, right? You have those long range gunfights that are gonna play a big role. But again, this is not hard point. We're talking about control here. So you're right. That map pressure, playing off those trades, and I think the biggest thing is gonna be the comms, right? These teams need to be on top of their game when it comes to comms. And you mentioned it. They need to call out who they're killing, where they're killing them, right? They need to be ready to pick up these trades because the more kills that they have, the more ticks they have. They're hopefully, if it goes 2-2, the favoring side is going to get the defensive side on this raid, which is going to be the more easier one to really take control of. For this series, man, I'm really looking out for Keeks here, right? I mean, like I said, he knows his raid, he loves his raid. He's a really well seasoned player. So Keeks, I gotta ask you, man. How many numbers are you dropping this series on this raid control?
I don't know. I feel like control is like a hit or miss for me. Like if I really feel like, and I've told Dramo and Pat and all them when we play, like get map control. If you give up map control, you're gonna get spawn trapped, and you're just gonna be stuck in your spawn, and you're just gonna lose every round back to back. So I just feel like you really want to get that map control and make sure you're winning your gunfights.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
well said, Rizzy. I mean, well said, Keeks and Rizzy. Like I said, that's one of the points that we should have brought up as well, is the spawn traps, right? I mean, you're not gonna get those crazy spawns. The spawns are very predictable when it comes to raid, right? I mean, if you're pushing down driveway, you know the team spawning near mansion. If you're pushing down mansion, you know the team spawning either on A or they're gonna spawn your art. So I mean, it's very predictable. There's not a lot of spawns that they can really get to. So if these teams have an idea of how these spawns work and how to really take control of these maps, and if they're slaying out, it's gonna be up for grabs. So I'm really excited for both of them to really come out and show.
Yeah,
Now listen, Rizzy, if this is not a 3-0, we're going into Garrison Hardpoint. All right, now this is gonna be an interesting map because guess what? Garrison Hardpoint is that small quarter, a lot of engagements, and the people teams are at least averaging 30 EKIAs, right, every single time.
yeah,
So this is
yeah,
gonna be a bloodbath, man, and I'm so excited. I hope it really does go to raid. I don't want it to be a 3-0 at all. Sorry, I meant the Gary
yeah,
Hardpoint.
yeah.
So what do you think, Gary Hardpoint? Who has the advantage here going into this? And
Gary
let's
Hart
talk a little bit about who is really gonna make a showing for our Aviator squad here.
Uh, I think
And I
whoever
think we
the
already heard you say charisma so many times, so
you know what,
hopefully you can.
different guy this time, man. I think Aspects can take control of the objective while Charisma slays out. But however, I think Aspects definitely can take control of the objectives. Like you said about Raid, the whole spawn trapping process, man, that happens in Garrison much as it happens in Raid, especially in Hardpoint. If you're on P2, man, you either know they're spawning Hangar, they're either spawning P3, they're either spawning, or then obviously, yeah, if you're on the other side, they're spawning in tanks and they're spawning on that end, and especially you just know where it's another map where you kind of know where they're going to be spawning, and that's another predictable map. And if Annandale can pick up on those predictions, Annandale
Yeah,
can definitely take over Keeks. I mean, Keeks, as strong as they are as Keeks is, I honestly Keeks, in my opinion, is the second best AR in tech. First, still being CJ. Keeks is number two. Keeks definitely has shown performance for how powerful of an AR he is, and I definitely think he is going to be the one to shut down Glitch and Nap, and then Glitch and Nap as well. You're gonna have to show out for what kind of gun skill they
for sure.
have, and it all comes down to who the objective players on this map. Man,
Look,
Garrison objective players are underrated.
for me, I gotta say, it's a close range engagement. The subs are gonna, really make a difference on this map, and I think Dramo's gonna be someone that they need to watch out for. Like your route man, the one who's gonna be, annoying and ratty across that mid tank area, because it's not really a lot of long range engagements, and this man flourishes when he has to slide cancel from corner to corner, object to object, right? He does it really well, and even the likely OP dude as well. So if he did you disappear?
No, I lost
What
connection to
happened
the
to
server.
Brizzy? Did you just leave?
He just died.
Oh God, I lost
Rip
What happened?
connection.
Rizzy.
Damn.
Looks like you
Damn.
gotta edit
Just
this
keep.
part out.
Yo, Brizzy.
I don't see him at all.
I
Oh, maybe he
What
just
disconnected.
happened?
disconnected.
Mm. Oh, he's calling me.
I'll be
Yo,
right
what
back
up?
real quick.
So my power just went out.
What?
My power just went out.
Your power went out?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Uh, I mean, you continue
Huh?
to just that power went out, but just continue. You can continue the show without
Are
me.
you
It's
still?
still
Can you still come back or no?
I until my power comes back.
Huh?
Until my power comes back.
I can't hear you, bro. Like you're really low
How do I sound?
and not too good. You sound really low. And I have you full blast on speaker right now.
All right, I'll text.
Okay, wait. So what's going on? Are you coming?
Power's out. Continue the show.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. He could actually stop the show. So he's on there, so he can just stop the show. Okay, we can continue this. All right. So yeah. So I guess I was talking about JMO and Garrison, right? So let me just restart that. Three, two, one. All right. Yeah. So like I was saying, I think Garrison Hardpoint is one of those maps that has the close range engagements, and I really do feel like a player like Dramo, who is a very ratty, annoying route man, who's gonna be a nuisance on Annandale Aviators. So I'm looking out for Dramo to really make some big plays alongside P Dude as a sub player. With Keeks, of course, taking control of those top head glitch. I'm talking about top green and even in the back grid, and back spawn to really take control of those P3, P4 hills. So I think it's gonna be a really good matchup. And yeah, and if it does end up going to game 5, we got to talk about that as well. We have standoff, search and destroy. Now, charisma. I gotta ask you, man. Standoff, search and destroy is one of those maps that you guys did end up dropping to Frederick Colonials, but and going into such against a team who's really strong in S&D. How are you guys gonna do things differently, and what went wrong in that Frederick Colonial game that you guys are looking to improve into going into this one if it ends up going to game 5?
Well, just like small mistakes. I noticed in the VOD that we were getting blooded a lot, and usually like offense on that map statistically gets more first bloods, which is like the only S&D where offense actually gets first bloods. But on defense, that transpired to us. Like we weren't getting any first bloods. Small mistakes out of like every one of us. Like just for example, we were up 4-2 in that S&D, ended up losing 6-4. Like we lost 4 rounds straight. So it was just minor mistakes out of us, couldn't close it out, which hopefully we can improve on that. But like just for example, like one round it was a 2v2 against CJ and I think Swizz,
Mm,
and then it was me and Aspect. So I was worried for like I was just stuck in brown because I didn't know where
I
CJ was.
remember that. Yes.
Yeah, and I didn't know where CJ was, and I had bomb and A. Like he didn't calm that A was clear,
Mm,
but like I was just looking at the map and seeing him over there, and he said somebody was near him. So we were both like had somebody near us, and I kind of didn't know what to do, to be honest. And then he asked if I wanted to work B, and I was like, yeah, for sure. And then once
yeah.
we started working B, he got blooded by CJ. I got the trade on Swizz, and then CJ just played his life, made a good play,
Yeah.
got me off bomb, and then just ran away. But yeah, if I didn't burn so much time and just would have went to A, we probably win that round.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just minor mistakes that we can hopefully polish up,
Right.
fix.
Yeah, for sure. So, I definitely agree with you. I think that was a really fun map to watch for sure, right? And of course, with and I don't expect anything else from this series. I think we have a good set of maps here, and I think it's gonna be a really fun series to for the casters to cast and for us to watch. So, good luck to both of you guys. And guys, now we're gonna move on to our last segment, is the Captain Showdown segment, where we're gonna have Geeks and Charisma, going head to head, with some words, battle it out a little bit, and we're gonna talk about what their thoughts are, and is this gonna be, do they have the mutual respect for each other, or is this gonna be a series where they do not have any respect for each other? And they're just gonna go out and just go guns blazing. So I'm gonna start out with you, Keeks. Listen, Keeks, you have played this Aviator squad before, right? In the regular league, and you have ended up beating them. So going into this one, do you think it's gonna be anything different?
Mm, I really think like maybe their control, they'll keep up. Because last time we played, we did drop the control to them. We ended up winning the series 3-1. Every time we played them in hardpoint, we beat them like 250 to like 120. Like they didn't get over 150 on us. And then that search, it was just a blowout. I mean, it. If they really come out to play, it's probably gonna be a good series. I got no hate to anyone on the team. I'm chill with Nap, and I'm just here to play. I'll have my shit talk here and there. Especially filthy. I last season it didn't end up well for him. Ended up getting 6-0'd in search in playoffs. So uh, I don't really have my eye out for anyone. I just think we're just gonna play and beat them
Charisma,
easily.
I gotta ask you. I'm sure you're confident that you're gonna come out winning this series. I gotta ask you this as well. Who's gonna be the easiest kill on this map for you?
Honestly, I would answer that just for like the memes, just for the banter. But I've only seen one person from that team play, which is Keeks, and I played against him.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm pretty sure like two or three of them are brought up from D2.
Hmm.
Um, so like honestly, when we played them before, I mean, I had a bad series. Like, I'm not even gonna. I'll admit it. Like, I played super bad. Didn't have any motivation to play. I was just there to play, and I was getting destroyed. Till the control, we 3-0'd them in control. We thought we had life, and then we just got shut down. But to be fair, like I'm not using it as an excuse. Obviously, you guys played really well, Keeks, Cheech, everyone. But they had two guys that weren't even in the league, which I found out afterwards, like Rinsler and Nightmares.
Hmm.
And Rinsler carried them in respawns and in the S&D. So if we're really, talking about it, then like the only person that they have that could keep up is Keeks. So I mean, you have a worse roster, and we're playing a lot better. We actually have like motivation to play and beat you guys. So it's like I think that we're gonna like 3-0 you damn near. So
All right. I mean, that's confidence right there. Keeks, um, looks like this is. I feel like Charisma is really confident going into the series, and he's saying that he's gonna come out in 3-0. Why don't you talk a little bit about the squad that you're bringing up? Do you think that this is gonna be the better roster for you than you brought against them in the previous match with Rinsler, Nightmare, and Cheech? What do you think is the roster comparison that you're bringing in for this playoffs rather than the one you had in the league?
I feel like this team's like a bigger, better respawn or not a respawn team, search and destroy team. I just really think we're all like smart and have good patience. We would know how to wait for each other and rally up and hit stuff together. I just think maybe like the old squad we may have been a little better in respawn, but I think this squad will put it away still. I just think we're really strong. We all have really good gunny. So, I mean, Dramo and P Dude are gonna go big. Me and Pat are just gonna stick together with the arrows, play big. You know, Patrick barely plays a game, but I know he'll come out to play. He never really disappoints whenever
Mhm.
it comes down to playing COD. So that's my personal
Keeks, I
opinion
also have
about
to
it.
ask you one more question. I asked Charisma this already, but who do you think's gonna hold Charisma's team back? Who do you think is gonna cost them on this roster, and who do you think is not gonna show up, and you guys are gonna be taking care of them very easily?
I think our honest opinion, Glitch, he is terrible. Like he's not he's not gonna show up. He's gonna play super bad. Like last time we played, he did terrible, and I just think we're all gonna shut him down, and we're just
Fair
gonna get
enough.
this easy win.
Uh, Charisma, coming back to you, man. I mean, I know you had a lot of drama coming into this. Obviously, you were dropped from the roster. Now you're back in, and now you're motivated to really win this. Do you have that trust with your teammates to go ahead and win this playoffs and win this championship overall, or do you guys still have that, sort of a beef going on, whatever the reason that was for you to get dropped? So can you talk a little bit about that?
Like the reason I was dropped, or just
No,
like
not about the reason
specifically.
that I mean, you don't need to talk about that, but is that affecting you still, or are you guys back to that square one where it's like, hey, listen, we're teammates now, let's just win these playoffs, or there's still that bit of bitter blood right there from you that hey, I was dropped, but now I'm back. So that's why I wanted to reflect a little bit on that.
Um, I'm not like obviously there's still that like weird little tension that like they dropped me, but like I understand why,
Hmm.
and it's because we weren't seeing success and they wanted to try out a new fourth and yada yada. But now I'm back to it, and me being back on that team just gave me like I don't know. I've been playing a lot more recently, so it's like
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't know if any of you guys saw my tweet, but like after we beat Frederick, like we lost to them 3-1 before, and
Hmm.
we won the S&D, but then we played them again, like with this roster, and I don't know. I feels like honestly, like when we were playing every single day as a team, and we came into like the league. There's a motorcycle outside my house. That's lit. But like us playing every day, like before, honestly, I feel like we're a better team now, like just having a month and a half off without playing with each other, without talking to each other, none like that. We're playing better now. So I don't know if you want to call that like the honeymoon phase or whatever, but like I don't know. It's weird because like we didn't play for a month and a half, no reps at all, and then I come in, we beat the defending champs easily, I'd say, because the hard points weren't close at all, and then um, finding out that they have a worse team than they did before. Like they don't even have Cheech as their SMG. It's I don't know. I think it's going to be light work, especially with the way we played as a team against Frederick. If we keep up that same pace, which I believe we will, then it's either going to be 3-0 or a pretty handily 3-1.
All right, man. I mean, thank you for that prediction, Charisma. Those are bold predictions, and wishing you guys the best of luck. So guys, we're just gonna wrap up this show now, but just gotta ask you guys one final question. Keeks, uh, is there any bad blood here, or it's all mutual respect? Mm,
Honestly, it's just respect. I mean, I have no hatred to anyone here. It's just, sometimes the shit talks are fun. I'm not really a toxic guy, as many people know. I
mm.
usually keep the talk to a low.
Give us,
I just play my game, and if shit comes to me, I let it go. I mean, I know I'm the better
and
player
why
at the
don't you
end of
give
the
us your
day.
final
So
prediction?
honestly, think it's gonna be a 3-0
All
or
right.
3-1. We're
Well,
winning.
Charisma, like you said, it's either a 3 or a 3-1 from you guys as well. So this is what the people want, this is what the viewers want. Two confident teams that are ready to battle it out, and we cannot wait to see you guys compete on that semifinals, on the road to finals, and play one of the teams from Altoona Steam and Indiana Warhawks. Well, thank you guys so much for being on the show. I appreciate you, Charisma. I appreciate you, Keeks. Wishing you guys both the best of luck. Hope you guys kill it and fry out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that'll be it from the UAV
I
show, guys.
appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much for tuning in. We're really excited to, bring out more episodes to you guys. And thank you for these guys for, coming on the show. They deserve the spotlight. They deserve the recognition. They've been working really hard. They have great personalities, and we want to show them to you guys so, you guys can be more connected to the players and the teams in tech. So thank you guys for joining the UAV show. Until next time, guys. Peace.
UAV online.